Now, if you're like me, you haven't quite warmed up to the electric car, sports car market yet, but there's something about the Taycan 4S that just rubs me the right way. So anyway, I'm Peter from Faraz Auto Sales. We're gonna jump into this thing today and take a look. Now, I think the first thing that brought my attention to the car is that it still screams Porsche when you look at it. It's got the similar curves, similar look to Porsche. That's what I really love that they kind of kept about it. Sure, it's a little bit more futuristic looking with these lights. We haven't seen a light like that yet. Kind of looks like the Porsche Macan headlights almost a little bit, or even some of the new Cayenne headlights, which is neat. It's very simple, it's very clean looking. You can still get it with all the cool colors that Porsche makes. This one in the beautiful chalk color, which is, again, one of my favorite colors. I've said that a million times, I'll say it again. Just something about the way they kept it to look kind of like a Porsche. Sometimes I see cars going down the street that I don't even know what they are. You know, Kia's making some really cool looking things, look like spaceships. You know, we got all kinds of crazy different modifications of the new electric cars coming out. This one still, to me, screams Porsche. Classic Porsche emblem on the front. Kind of a new take on the lights. I'm not a huge fan of the wheels on this particular model. We've had others come in before, which got a much nicer looking, big kind of 5-star style wheel. Or I know there's a few other options. Even though these are 20s, they just look a little bit small to me for some reason. Tire is pretty big, the rim looks a little small. I would like to see maybe a bigger rim, but I do still like the black accents with the silver, helps the rim stand out. And then of course the classic Porsche big brake caliper on there that really, really looks nice. Teslas have, I'm not sure if it's the same as both sides, they have charging options here and on the other side, which is great. So if you're parking in your garage, you can hit either side you want, which is really nice. Again, I forgot to jump into it right away. The most obvious thing about it, 4-door sedan. Still sports car, but it's a 4-door. Porsche only has the Panamera other than that, which is station wagon. And then you jump right into SUVs, which is the, you know, the Cayenne and the Macan. So really cool that they have an option that's still 4-seat or 5-seat in the Taycan. So this one has 4, but you can get them with 3 seats in the back, which is a really nice option too. I love the hidden door handles. So when you lock the car, they disappear. They unlock like that. That's just exactly what it looks like on the new Porsche models, which is nice. Now, as I come to the back of the car, I love the simplicity of that nice streamlined light that's really gorgeous. The Porsche writing is kind of like futuristic looking. It's actually like, it's not just an emblem or a sticker, actually like etched in as little blocked kind of letters. Really easy trunk popping mechanism right there. Pretty cool. Makes it easy to find. I know some of the cars are tricky to know, where do you press, what do? You press the emblem, you wave your foot, but this is just really simplistic to have that right there. I don't know how that would fare when it gets cold or frozen. Hopefully it doesn't change much, but still decent trunk space on this car, so it's no tough time putting groceries in or maybe some skis or whatever else you're gonna do. But again, I love the light, beautiful, gorgeous LED light that when you can unlock it, you can see these ones light up, I guess your brake lights and your signals. And so I was mentioning earlier too, we got Taycan 2022, newest models for this car. Then we go right back to a 2012 911 right there. And what I was mentioning earlier is that when you see the front lines of the fenders, they're kind of raised up. Yeah, you don't have the big circular light, but you still have the structure of that big bulky shoulders. And then when you go to the back of the car, the rear end wheel arches are nice and tall and beefy, so it looks really, really sharp. That's why I think when you come to the back of this car and you see the other wheel combinations, I just like when the back wheels are a little bit bigger. You could probably fill the wheel well out a little bit more. I'm sure if you could pan down the side here, you can see they kind of tuck into the wheel arches, but I think with the little bit bigger stance in the rear wheels, there's some other options. They look really, really, really sharp. So let's take a look at the interior of the car, see what's going on. First thing I noticed before I even get in is the seats look really nice. They got such a race spec feel to them. They're not just like a plain seat. They added some extra stitching in, which is really cool. Kind of a design where it tucks in around your head. Almost looks like a bucket seat, but it's still comfortable with the leather to be more, you know, not as rigid, not as stiff. But yeah, this is just the all black interior, which again, I think looks pretty tasteful. Look right in a way, I didn't even touch anything. It color senses that I'm in the car, which is really cool. Take a look at this passenger display. So I don't really know what that's like. Is your passenger gonna start diving through things unless they're gonna help you, you know, navigate to where you wanna go, even though he can look at something different than we're looking at, or she or whoever is gonna look at it can look at whatever they want. So that's really neat to have the option to dive through different menus and also keep this separate to, maybe they wanna change the ambient lighting or change the music or change things like that, look at the weather, that's really neat. Again, like I said at the beginning, the thing that I like about it the most is this still feels just like if you close your eyes and you open them up to not know what car you're sitting in. Other than this like kind of toggle area where you're now gear shifting here, it's still the same gear shifting apparatus that's on the new model 911s, which is right here. But again, they've placed it there. You've got a couple other driving options here with your suspension and your aromatic suspension that raises the car up and down. But again, you have the same looking door handle, same looking memory buttons, the same Bose audio system, the same steering wheel as a regular non-electric vehicle. That's what I like about it. One thing you notice with a lot of electric cars anyway, have these big glass panoramic roofs. This one's pretty nice because it's got a, like kind of a tint to it. So it's not like you're gonna get roasted by the sun as you're doing a road trip or whatever else, or it's gonna be too bright that you can't focus on what you're doing. I love that the cup holders show the ambient lighting colors. So you can open the ambient light coloring options as they just change it to red. You can change it to blue. You can change it to a whole spectrum of colors, which is really cool. Control the brightness. That's nice. But I will say it's a little strange as the on button's over here, you know, versus at least they kept it on the left side, kind of like all the Porsche ignitions are on the left side, which is cool. When you start the thing up, simple to put it in drive, you just press down, or you know, put it in reverse, you press up. Gives you your 360 camera, all the fancy stuff. This one has a Premium Plus package on it, so that's what gives you this upgraded cameras, the upgraded sound system, the a couple other options that don't come on the base one. Heated and cooled seats, which is really nice. You also have this little kind of menu option thing here, which I guess is strictly for the climate control. And your heated seats, cooled seats, you can then adjust your modes here, your sport mode and whatnot, which is neat too. So they just give you a lot of option to touch stuff. So if you really like touching things, then this is a great car for you, touching buttons and navigating through. A lot of options to deal with. Heads-up display, which is really nice. A really nice looking take on the electric car, which is really cool for Porsche. And it being a sedan, let's hop in the back seat and take a look what we got going on here. For space-wise, it's not a big back seat, I'll tell you that, but it's not the worst. It'd be like sitting in the back of a CLA or a smaller sedan from any of the other companies here. You can get the 5-passenger option, which I guess this little piece comes out and you have another seat there with another set of seat belts. With 3 people back here might be pretty squeezy, but it is what it is. I think there might be an option to get a little screen back here, a screen in the middle. I can't recall, but you have a fold down drink holder, which is cool. And it's pretty simple, pretty plain, but also pretty comfortable. The glass roof is pretty neat. That'd be kind of cool to look up and maybe in the night drive you see the stars or whatever else. It's pretty cool. You don't have any kind of beams in the way like on a traditional panoramic roof that doesn't have all the open glass, which is nice. But yeah, pretty decent back seat. All right, let's have a look in the trunk, front trunk, Frunk. I don't know what they call it for Porsche, but another trunk. So anyway, no engine here, obviously. There's no engine anyway, and anywhere that you can visibly see. Yeah, still some space to throw a bag or two, whatever you need to do if you don't want to use the back trunk, but this car, still being the 4S, produces a decent clip of horsepower. It gets up in the 500 range, or just a little bit over that. Super fast, super quick. 2022 is for sale for just over 100 grand. Seems like a pretty good deal to me. If you prefer electric or you prefer gas, whatever you choose, we got both as options. Come check them out. Again, I'm Peter at Fraz Auto Sales. And don't forget to like and subscribe.